Hello friends, today I'm in Stockton Springs, Maine, USA, and this is the Lanphier Cemetery. This is exactly what a New England backwoods cemetery looks like. This road is almost a quarter of a mile long, and if I had driven my car in here, I would have had to back it all the way up. So I parked at the very beginning and just kind of walked in. It's obviously meant for foot, not tires, but walking in, there's only about 15 headstones here, and there's at least 2 Civil War veterans buried here. There's probably a lot more than 15 burials here. You can see that it's a fairly good-sized field, and so I think a lot of them were probably unmarked. But you do have one zinc headstone, which is relatively uncommon in Maine, but even more relatively uncommon in these backwoods cemeteries. But it says, Nora, wife of Langworthy L. Lanphier, September 1, 1850 to March 2nd, 1868. So she wasn't even 18 years old yet. This is her husband, Langworthy L. Lanphier, Private Company B, Maine Cavalry, 1st Maine Cavalry, June 17, 1841 to April 15, 1876. He's about 35, not quite, but he was a Civil War veteran. You can see the flag, the marker. Looks like he had 2 wives, all Wilda. She lived to be about 53. There's L.L. Lanphier's government-issued veteran stone, Company B, 1st Maine Cavalry. This is William Lanphier. You can see the edge is not really a fence, it's just some posts that signify the 4 corners of the cemetery. Kind of neat. There's all that ground in the middle. I can see some field stones, and those may have been used to mark burials as well. Obviously no names on them, but back then they sort of made do with what they had, especially if money was tight. Mary S., wife of James Lanphier. I believe James is the one photo request for this cemetery, so he's likely buried here with his wife, but with no headstone. May come back and take a picture just so there's something. She lived to be 67 and died October 29th of 1888. Here's another Civil War veteran. You have J.F. Garrett, Company B, 1st Maine Cavalry. So he was in the same cavalry as L.L. Lanphier at the other side there. You can see his marker that someone put there. U.S. war veteran. And again, especially with the bumps of land, I would bet there's probably unmarked folks buried here with our field stone. Mother, Sarah C., wife of Oliver Lanphier, and her daughter, Sadie, infant daughter. Buried directly next to each other. Headed back toward the front. Mary Jane, wife of George W. Bassick, died January 19th of 1856, 56 years, 6 months. It says she is gone from the scene of her cares. There are more letters underneath, but they're buried in dirt. And she actually has a footstone as well. Footstones were still relatively common into the mid-1800s, and then they started to sort of lose popularity. But you can see her initials, MJB, Mary Jane Bassick. Here we have some more infants. George W. and Lillian J., children of E.S. and Rosilla W. Stevens. George W. was 1 year, 3 months, 28 days. His sister Lillian was 3 years, 2 months, and 19 days. They both died within literally 2 months apart. She died February 18th of 1870. He died April 18th, 1870. Could have been any one of the dread diseases which we didn't have vaccines for back then. So very sad. They were both around at the same time, and they both died just about the same time too. And that is just about it. Again, I would suspect there's probably many more burials here than just 15, but that's the way it would be back then. They would sort of bury them as they could, and if they could afford a stone, great. If not, then it would either be a field stone or nothing at all. But just another Stockton Springs cemetery that I had never seen before, so saw it on Find a Grave, figured I'd come check it out. Now to walk back a quarter of a mile.